Hi guys, this is Lisa coming to you again for another May Made It video for her design team. And for the month of December, we are still concentrating on cards with lots of layers. So what I wanted to do was make a card that had 3 or 4 layers high, and then I wanted to do an envelope on the top of that. So instead of the card opening, it would just be basically a card front where you would put a tag in the envelope. So to get started, what you'd want to do is go through your die cut stash or make some cuttings on the Cricut. And what I did is kind of went through my stash and picked some things that I thought might work out for some layers. You can kind of see here some of the things that I looked at. I also looked at this brand new stamp set from May, which I love. What's it called? Tag Builder. So cute. I think I'm going to use the sentiment off of this. And yep, there's the sentiment I chose. I think I'm going to put this on the tag that says mark this off your wish list. So cute. And then also, if you have some punches, especially the punches that will punch around the edges to get you a decorative shape around the edges, that would also be really cool. And I'll show you one of those that I did on this building. And I had this in my stash I bought from May's this summer called Our Family. You may have this in your stash too. I did a project with it and I had a lot of little pieces left over. So that's what I'm going to do is kind of use up these pieces. And it has a lot of different papers that coordinate together, which I think is going to be important for this project. Okay, we'll get started. So let's kind of pull together the pieces I've kind of readied here. Like I said, it's not a big deal to know exactly the measurements because you just want to start with what punches or what dies that you have. So I am starting with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card front and just kind of build on top of that. This was one die that I found that had some stitching around the edges. If you can see that a little bit, I really like the way that looks. And I found this one that looks kind of like a stamp edge, but I knew I wanted something between these two layers, and I didn't have anything exactly like I liked. So what I did is I cut down a piece of paper the same size as the green and used this punch all the way around to get this pretty edge that you see here. So this is what I've come up with so far to do. So from here, I think it's small enough now I can actually make my envelope. So here's the envelope that I made out of this same paper pack. It's really, really cute. And I want to tell you about this envelope, which I found really interesting from the We Are Memory Keepers, the punch board. If you already have this or if you have an older model of this, I'll tell you a tip. On the back, it tells you can download a free envelope generator app to create any size envelope from the Android or Apple store, or you can use the web version. You can actually just go online at wearethenet.com/envelope. And I'll show you what that looks like. Let me get to my other phone here. See if you'll be able to see. I took a picture of what I did. If I can find it. Here we go. Let's see if you'll be able to see this here. From the envelope generator. So I knew that this was the last piece of paper I was going to use. So I took a measurement here, took off 1/4 inch, and I said, okay, I want my card width to be 3 1/8 by 2. And I hit generate, and it told me what paper size to use and what punch guide measurement to use. So that could come in really handy for you guys if you have this already and you want a very specific size envelope. Just a tip in case you didn't already know. Okay, now we'll get back started. We will assemble our card. So I'm just going to take my art glitter glue and I'm simply just going to put the layers together. This has been a fun challenge for the month of December. Something very different to add layers. I want it to go, yeah. I think I want this to be the top, okay? And then this really makes us stretch our supplies when we have to look at things from a different viewpoint, I guess, of how we want it to be used. Let's see. Put my butterflies there. I'll tell you, I did not used to be a card maker, and I had a lot of scraps always left over. So this has been a cool way to find out how to use that. Okay, so there is our 4 layers tall so far. And then the envelope that I made on the punch board. And I'm definitely not a pro with the punch board. I just got it. That was actually the first time I have used it. So that was kind of neat, trying to figure out how to make the exact size tag I want. So my idea is to glue this down here on the top, kind of center it, leave this open so that I can be able to put my tag in there, and then we will actually stamp our sentiment in the tag. So there won't be a sentiment on the outside of the card. Yes, I can kind of see here, get this centered. Whoops, that is so not centered. Come on. There we go. Good. Okay. I'm going to put my tag in here using some VersaFine Black Onyx. This is the first time I'm using this stamp, so I'm definitely going to do a couple of test stamps. Well, look at that. That did pretty good, except I probably squished it down a little too much. Let's try one more time. So usually you want to go straight down, give it a few seconds to transfer, and straight back up. And that usually will give you a pretty good stamp. Okay. Here we go. Straight down. Give it a few seconds. Even pressure. Don't rock it. Pull it back up. And usually you get a pretty good impression. Okay. I'll leave that there for a second to dry. So my idea about this is I'm going to use this to hold it down, but not permanently. Okay, so to hold my envelope down until I get ready to take the tag out, I'm going to make a belly band, and I did not have a long enough piece of paper. This is some 6x6, so I cut it down to 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to kind of glue 2 pieces of paper together to make my belly band. So I guess we will see if this works. Let's see. I want this to be here and this to come over. Okay. So clear this and should slide right over our project. Okay, so now that we've got our belly band made, I'm going to, when I send this, write my personal message on this. And I like this side a lot. It's so cute. You could even put something on your tag if you wanted something to hang off of. I think I'm just going to put my tag straight away in there. My sentiment. And then take this belly band. We'll slide right on the top. And that will hold it down until the recipient opens it. Okay, and to finish it off, I think I want to put some glue right in the center here. Make so it doesn't, so it only sticks to the belly band. Okay. And then put a cute little heart on top of that. And this we can put glue all over because it's going to go right on top of the circle. The circle's larger. So there you go, guys. Here's a card with lots of layers and lots of personality, and the message is hidden in the card. I hope you've enjoyed this quick card, and I will see you in January with some new ideas. Thank you.